Desiree with theastrologyaddiction.com, and thank you so much for watching. Today's video is going to be on the midheaven in astrology. Now, you need to know your birth time to be able to calculate this angle in your chart. It is at the top of your chart and it's called the MC. So if you can look up your chart, you'll be able to find that. And this actually shows you your career path, your public image, how people see you, and even the potential for you to, be famous. Now, your Leo midheaven, these people can be seen as entertainers, comedians, very, great to be around, people who have a really positive, encouraging energy, people who are extremely creative and definitely need to be in a creative field to be fulfilled. These people like to bring, laughter and happiness with them wherever they go in their career. So they want to have good energy. If they're an entrepreneur or if they work in a collaborative setting, they want everyone to be getting along, everyone to have definitely no positive thoughts about them. They are usually always going back and re-evaluating situations and conversations that they had, because they can be critical of themselves, of what other people might think of them, just because they want everyone to like them. They want everyone to have really good impression of them. They want people to respect them. They definitely have a lot of pride in that, and they want people to see them as an authority and a leader. These people are natural leaders and naturally more on the creative side. They usually always have some type of a creative hobby or something that they are really passionate about that they do, and it doesn't really necessarily have to be their main career focus that they're earning a living off of, but it's a huge part of their life. Maybe they have always dreamt of being an actor or a musician or an artist of some sort, and it's just really it's a part of who they are. And people definitely in their career know that they are talented in some type of creative area. Now, as far as fame, I think you definitely want to see Jupiter or the North Node or Venus on the midheaven or next to the sun. If they have their sun sign in Leo, that's a dignified placement, so they will have an easier time expressing that creative energy and that need to be appreciated and seen and admired, and that definitely translates really well in the public sphere. As far as fame, people with a lot of times people who have a lot of Leo do become somewhat famous or even famous just in their hometown. They definitely do need more of a creative outlet, and they want to be appreciated for it, so they are more prone to putting out that content or putting out their art for people to see and not being shy of it. And usually their art is really amazing, and it's something to be appreciated, so other people are very willing to give them the recognition and the compliments and the admiration that they really want. Now, if they have their sun in Capricorn or maybe with Saturn, this can kind of shrink that a little bit, or maybe make it a little bit more restricted and potentially constrain that energy. So sometimes in that case, they may not be as willing to share their creative content, which can in turn, make them less noticed or appreciated for what they are actually doing. Maybe a Saturn opposite to their sun or Saturn conjunct the sun, that would definitely restrict their need and their want to share what they're doing or who they are. Now, in Aries midheaven, these people can definitely be more, aggressive in their workplace. They can go after their goals in a really straightforward way. They know what they want and they know how to get it. A lot of times these signs are also either loved or they're, extremely loved, or they're extremely hated, because that Aries energy is ruled by Mars, and some people are attracted to that and they want more of it, and some people are really, disgusted by that. And that quickness, that the instinctfulness of Aries, the impatientness, the quickness, and sometimes even the selfishness. Sometimes these people can be seen as being selfish in their career and in their career goals. They're people who are leaders and who are definitely fighters. They continue to fight and to do what they can to make their dreams happen. They can definitely be people who are entrepreneurs or who want to start their own company, work for themselves, because Aries is a lot about solitude and the individual, fight, the individual purpose. And a lot of times these people don't really like collaboration. Maybe they prefer to do the job on their own, or they prefer to have executive control over what they're doing. So a lot of times they don't necessarily like working collaboratively all of the time. You definitely want to look to where their Mars is placed. If they have a well-placed Mars, dignified or exalted, or if they have a Mars, you know, maybe in a day chart that Mars would be their most malefic planet, they can have really difficult challenges through career. Maybe they are successful, they do become famous, but they have extremely, you know, difficult, tragic, you know, hardships through career just because that Mars is not well placed. But if they have a well placed Mars, say it is, you know, maybe in Aries or Scorpio, and it is well placed within the chart and not afflicting any, you know, the moon or anything like that, then they will definitely have more ambition and energy to go and chase after their goals. A lot of times you see Mars sextile someone's moon, and that really makes them more creative and able to really align their, you know, emotions and their creativity with how they act and how they behave, so they can do really well in their career because they are able to balance those things and direct that physical energy towards what they want. Now, Sagittarius rising, a celebrity that has this is Billie Eilish. They will have a Pisces rising, so I think that they have definitely a greater chance to potentially become famous, just because Jupiter is ruling their ascendant and their midheaven, so they have a lot more ease with how they express themselves, how they come off in their first impressions and their career. Those, you know, placements are both ruled by Jupiter, so as long as their Jupiter is well placed, a lot of times this can lead to fame or to recognition or, you know, appreciation for what they're doing. A Sag midheaven is someone who dreams really big. They have a great vision for their life. They can be philosophers, explorers, people who love to travel and work in any of those types of industries. They can definitely also be extremely creative and visionary, especially if they have maybe their Venus on their midheaven as well, because this will encourage that vision and that fire. Sag is a fire placement, but it is also mutable. So they will be very visionary, but they go about getting what they want in a more go with the flow way. So, you know, meeting people, connecting, networking, that's a really huge part of how they, you know, get by in life and how they get what they want, because they're always networking and socializing and trying to meet, you know, the right people that they need to meet to achieve that vision and that goal that they have for themselves. They also are usually very determined, especially since, you know, Sag, the symbol of the sign is an arrow. So once they set their eye on a goal and on what they want, they can usually achieve that pretty easily. Now, if they have their Jupiter afflicted, maybe, you know, a negative aspect to it that can deter that a little bit, you know, that self-expression, that visionariness. Maybe they can feel like they are in a career that they don't want to be in, and they're stuck there. You know, it's hard for them to get out of it because, as I said, they're mutable. So they do different things to get what they want, and they kind of go with the flow in that. So if they are maybe in a career or a circumstance that they don't love, they definitely can just stick with it sometimes, just because maybe they're not sure, they haven't made up their mind, or they don't know how to get what they want. They haven't aligned and, you know, pointed the arrow at what they want yet. So if they have any uncertainty, that can definitely cause challenges within the career. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you are interested in booking a reading with me, my link is in the description box. Please leave your feedback below and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell notification so that you are notified whenever I post new content. Have a great day. Bye.